Hi everyone. Alright, today I'm going to be painting on a canvas. I get a lot of questions about, can you do this on a canvas? I already have a video from a while back about doing it on canvas, but I have this one and it was already primed, so I decided to use it today. This is what I use. This is Kills 3. You can use Kills 2 also. If you're not in the US, just any waterproofing sealant primer would work, I would think. And I have been told that you can use gesso and even just regular straight up acrylic paint. So keep that in mind. I have not tried those yet, but I have done the Kills 3 before. So, and this has, I think, just a couple of coats on it. I'm sorry, I honestly can't remember because I primed this thing like 2 or 3 months ago and it's been sitting forever. I have been asked by Maddie to do a unicorn for her. And I'll show you. This is just going to be the background. She wants this stencil. This is why I've been waiting forever. I've been trying to flatten this stencil out because it came all bent and mucked up. And rather than sending it back, I was just convinced I could fix it. But anyway, we'll see if we can make it work. But she wants this on an alcohol ink background. So I am using very pastel colors because what I think I'm going to do is do the unicorn dark, like a very dark purple. And then I may put some of the liquid crystal over it because she absolutely loves that stuff. Anything that changes color, she loves. So I thought the liquid crystal might be kind of cool. Oh, a little bit of trivia for you all. I did not know until today, and I apologize to all my Scots out there, that the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. I am just so thrilled. I'm ready to move to Scotland just so the unicorn can be my national animal. And I also discovered that April the 9th, which is just a few days from now when I'm making this video, April the 9th is National Unicorn Day in Scotland. So this is just the perfect video to be doing right now. And maybe I can actually get all of my steps done before National Unicorn Day and I can post it for that. Alright, so this is, like I said, this is just going to be the background. So I'm going to be filling in the entire canvas. There won't be any negative space in this one. It's all going to be covered. And then I'll, go back and do the unicorn after that. So I am going to speed this up because there's really not a whole lot for you all to watch me do right here. I think that you can get the kind of idea of the blending that I do without me doing this slowly. If not, if you're watching this on a computer, I know you can anyway, slow it down. You can actually watch it in slow motion, where I have been told that I sound like I've had a little too much to drink when you play my videos in slow motion. So if you want some entertainment, there you go. Watch them in slow motion. Okay, well, I am going to get started, and I'm going to speed this along just so this doesn't turn out to be like a 3-hour video by the time I get all these little steps done that I want to do. Just a quick note right here, or getting ready to start. As I was tipping up the painting, and you can't see what I'm doing, I was just putting a drop or two of brass in spots that were still white around the edges, and then tapping it with my finger just to kind of spread it out and make it look blended in with the rest of the painting. Okay, so I've been in here playing mad scientist for like the last hour, I think. Part of it was just me trying to figure out what to do, and part of it was I was mixing up a purple color that I felt looked good with the purple on the painting. I didn't have anything, no acrylic, no anything that I could add to the gel medium that was the right color purple, and I wanted some color to the medium. Now, this is what I used, the Liquitex, just the gloss gel, the medium viscosity or whatever, just the medium gel. It is clear. It dries translucent, totally translucent and clear. And I didn't want, because I need to have something fairly dark, I was trying to make it easier to cover it up. So I decided I would just add this to it. Well, that was interesting. Just in case anybody wants to know, I used eggplant, cobalt, indigo, and a Jacquard Pearl-Ex mica powder. The color is Misty Lavender. I mean, I'm serious. It was like, all right, a little squirt of this, then a little squirt of that, and then a little more of the other. And so I just kind of went nuts with mixing things together here. And so we'll see. Hopefully the gel medium will actually set up, being as I have put alcohol ink in it. I've never done that before. I probably should have researched that a little before I did. Alright, so I stuck down my stencil with some of the Krylon Easy Tack. I just sprayed the back side of the stencil, let it set for about a minute or two, and then stuck it on. And now I'm just going to cover it up. I was trying to think, there were so many, see, I hate this, because there's so many things that were going through my head that I wanted to be sure to mention to you all. So if you haven't already seen it, I did get the hairdryer video posted with the different brand of curling brush hairdryer, since it appears that the Revlon one is going to be almost impossible to get for who knows how long. Supposedly it has not been discontinued, but it's not ever in stock, so I don't know. Don't know what's going on with it. But it is the Marco Pelle. There will be a link, ooh, man, in my Amazon store, the Amazon storefront that has all my, most used products and things that I recommend, that I've tried and that I use. That link will be in the description box. The dryer is listed. It's in the section that's called Other Useful Supplies for the alcohol inks. I had to try and split stuff up because it was just getting to be too much for people to sort through, so, and I wasn't sure exactly what category to put the hairdryer in, and I didn't want to just stick it in a category all by itself. So anyway, that's where that is. And if you want to see the video of me trying it out, that is The one that I posted right before this one, I don't think I actually put a number on it, but I can go back and do that, so that might make it easier for you to find. Hey, Magpie. But anyway, it's there. If you'll go to the playlist, the Alcohol Inks playlist, Abstract Alcohol Ink Tutorials playlist, I think is what it is. Anyway, it's in there. You'll be able to find it there. I'm sorry, I just keep... There's some teeny tiny little things on this that just keep sort of rolling up, and it's really bugging me. And now there's something in my gel. I'm probably going to have a little bit of stuff that I don't, a little bit of bleed with this. Alright. See, every time I think I'm done, there's something else. And then I do something like that. Luckily, with the Easy Tack, I can raise it up and get rid of it. Now, I mixed up too much gel because I'm not, you know, good or experienced with using stencils. And so I decided I would rather err on the side of too much than not enough. I just wish I was good at smoothing them out and not leaving bumps. I did, or I have just today ordered some silicone spreading brushes that are supposed to be really good for doing things like this. So maybe that'll help me a little bit, because I didn't want to end up with big ridges in there. But see, the more I smooth it out, the more risk I'm running of pushing it up under the stencil, which, knowing me, I've probably already done. Okay, I have to leave this alone because I'm just going to keep messing and messing and messing if I don't just leave this thing alone now. Although, see, I'll see stuff and I'm like, no, I can't leave it alone. There's a little hole right there. I got to fill it in. The bad thing is, some of those places, I'm not even sure if it's where any of the paint needs to go because I can't see my stencil. I should have just stuck this thing down and spray painted it. Although I don't have any purple spray paint either. I would have just gone with black. And since it's going to be for Matty Pie, I didn't want to just have it black on there. Alright. Let's see if I can peel this thing off without making a huge mess out of it. This is... I can stand up here. Yes, that is my chair, for any of y'all that were wondering. See how much of a mess I made. And I've seen different things. Some people say, now slowly and carefully peel your stencil. Other people say, rip it off like a band-aid. Just pull it off quickly. That was somewhere in between. Alright, well, other than all the little bumps, little ridges, not too bad. I think you all can see it all, or at least see most of it anyway. I'm just trying to see which way it's going to be turned. It'll kind of be turned that way. Pretty close to it anyway. Alright, so now I just have to go and leave this to dry while I go clean up the rest of the mess I made on the stencil. And when that gets done, I'm probably going to just take a brush. Nah, I don't know if I'm going to or not. Anyway, I was thinking about just taking a brush and going over this with another alcohol ink just to make it darker. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about it in the meantime. All right, I'll be back shortly. So, as you can see, I decided not to put anything, any other darker ink or paint or anything over this color. It dried a little bit darker than it was when I mixed it up. So, I decided to go ahead and give it a try and just used my little airbrush I actually got the airbrush from solarcolordust.com. Throw the .com in there. And I used it to apply the liquid crystal, also from solarcolordust.com. I used the low PSI because this is not a powerful airbrush. It's just a little wireless or cordless, I guess, handheld one. Which is really great because as seldom as I use one right now anyway, I don't need one of the heavier duty ones with an air compressor, and I don't really have anywhere to put even a small air compressor at the moment. Gotta get some kind of work done to increase my space that I'm working in. Cleaning it up would probably go a long way towards that. So... All right, so all I did here, yeah, I already can't even remember if I mentioned this right when I started talking a second ago, but I did just fit the stencil back over top of the painting, or, well, over top of the stenciled part on the painting. Once the Liquitex gel was dry, I just fit the stencil right back over top of it so that I could put on the liquid crystal without having to just brush it on. That way I could use the airbrush and not get overspray on everything. So the Easy Tack was still a little tacky at this point, but it had lost a lot of its stick because of washing the stencil to get all of the, good grief, the gel medium off of it, the acrylic gel off. So it did stick back down decently enough for this because it's hard to see the liquid crystal anyway. You know, once it dries on such a light surface, it wasn't really going to show up much anyway. So I didn't really mind if I had a little bit of bleed underneath it. If you're going to be doing something that you know is going to bleed, that's going to show up, I would probably recommend putting another light coat of Easy Tack on the back of your stencil to hold it down, especially one like this with all the little teeny fine lines that were in it. They were the hardest thing to keep stuck down. So that's why you'll see me sort of mashing it down every now and then. Now you see the colors on this, I was really surprised, and in a really good way, to see that the colors didn't change quite the same on this lighter purple color that I put them on. They stayed sort of blue, green, and purple colors, which was perfect for this. I thought it looked fantastic. I was really happy. It's not a strong color change, but you can see it. And I have no earthly idea how many coats of this I put on. I lost count in there somewhere because I wasn't marking it down. So I just kept on going until I thought I had enough. That's about all I can tell you. And some of the coats were a little bit heavy. So it probably has about the equivalent of somewhere between 10 and 12 coats on it. I'm not sure. So anyway, I had a lot of fun with this, and let me say again, happy National Unicorn Day to all of y'all from Scotland. So we'll say this one is dedicated to you all, even though it's going to be hung in Madison's room. So I think that's completely cool that the unicorn, you know, symbolizing strength and so many other things, is the national animal there in Scotland. So, all right, well, I will leave you all to finish watching this, and I will be back to show you what it looks like once I get this finished and everything has dried good and I get the stencil off. All right, so I've brought this out in the sun because I wanted to give you all more of an idea of kind of what it'll do. Now, it is a little bit chilly out today, but you can see what the, just standard color on it's going to be when it's just hanging on the wall. So it's taking it a little bit longer to change color than it normally will. Could have done this inside with the hairdryer, but this also, I have noticed, they do change with UV light as well, not just with heat, because I've laid them, inside before, just where they were getting a little, not even in the light, but from a window, just near a window, and notice that they have changed colors. All right, so you can kind of see on this, it is starting to get a little bit of color shift to it. I wish that there's just a chilly wind blowing, and so it's cooling it down, making it a little harder for it to change color. Plus, it's really early in the morning, and so it's okay. Well, that didn't work as well as I had hoped, thanks to the wind. But let me see, trying to get out of the wind a little bit. But anyway, you can kind of see just a little bit what it's doing. I'll put some photos at the end. Oops, sorry, I'm moving around trying to get where I can get the best sun angle on it right now. But you can see, there we go, starting to get a little bit of color shift up there going. But anyway, I think it just turned out beautifully. Maddie is absolutely thrilled with it. And happy National Unicorn Day to everyone, but especially those of you in Scotland. And I will be back with you all real soon. Love you all. Bye.